Good morning, everyone, and here we are at the crack of dawn out at the Rio Rancho Event Center, which used to be the Santa Ana Center, and it is now the Rio Rancho Event Center, and the state volleyball championships being played here at the event center. And they do four courts, cross court. What they used to do, they kind of did this. What they would do before is essentially do this. They were doing pool play, but they also did the cross court play. And then on Saturday they that was championship day, and so they used the full court on that one. But anyway, did away with pool play a couple of years ago, and thank goodness. but then they came to this situation. So anyway, this is Gene Mortensen along with Tammy Quillman and John McHale and Charlene McHale, and it's going to be our pleasure to bring you this contest this morning. As the Hilltoppers, the number 6 seed, 5 seed went to Pewaukee. Pewaukee ended up being the district champion. The two teams tied for first place, but the tiebreaker went to Pewaukee. So they ended up getting the 5 seed. Los Alamos got the 6 seed. Gallup got the 13 seed. Gallup coming into the ball game. Sorry about that. They're 14-9 overall and 7-3 in their district. The Hilltoppers are 17-6 overall and 7-1 in their district. So right now the teams, both teams are warming up. The clock says 1 minute and 30 seconds to go before they're going to start things off here at the Santa Ana Center. This is the first round in 4A, and then, of course, it's double elimination. So try to look at the double elimination schedule. And it's, all the different options or all the different possibilities. But if they win this ball game, they will take on Artesia at 3 o'clock. And I think that is at 3. And so hopefully that will be the situation. But anyway, looking at the bracket, the way they set this thing is set up is Goddard got the number 1 seed, and then St. Pius got the number 2 seed. The number 3 seed went to Artesia, and the 4 seed went to Hope Christian High School. And then they all got byes. Those first 4 teams all ended up with byes. But then Pewaukee followed as number 5 seed. Hilltoppers at number 6 seed. Interestingly enough, Los Alamos was in the lower bracket. So if they reach if they were to go straight through, if this was single elimination and they were to go straight through, they would end up playing St. Pius, and Pewaukee's on the upper side in the upper bracket. And if they did play it all the way through, they would face Goddard. So they'd be facing the number 1. Los Alamos would be facing the number 2. But, of course, that's a long way off. It's just double elimination because it's just, you got looking at these things in game M23, for instance, like for the Hilltoppers, if they win this ball game, then they go to M11 and then game M11. But they lose. They have things like the loser of M15 plays the loser of M4, that type of thing. So anyway, checking over the bracket, and so you just have to kind of wait and see how things play out because there's so many possibilities. Anyway, the Hilltoppers coming into the ball game, and they did win. Down in Pewaukee, went to 5 sets, and Los Alamos went to 4 sets, and that's, of course, what was the difference for the tiebreakers. Pewaukee defeated Los Alamos in 4 sets, and Hilltopper took 5 sets to defeat Pewaukee down in Pewaukee, and all of that ended up playing into the tiebreaker. But we're about ready to go here at the Santa Ana Center, and it'll be the Gallup Bengals versus Los Alamos High School Hilltoppers. And so libero for Los Alamos is going to be Alan Kirkland. So she will come in. They have that little ceremony where they bring in the libero. And so they bring in Anna Kirkland, and then Gallup now is bringing in their libero, and that is Miranda Begay. And the thing started off, it looks like Gallup's going to serve first. So here we go. State championship volleyball, double elimination. And right now it's the number 6 seed versus number 13. And there goes the serve. It's going to be picked up by Los Alamos in the backcourt. A lot of trouble with that one, but they're able to finally pick it up and get it over. And they bump it all the way. Anna Kirkland picks it up for Los Alamos, and they get it to Callie Goda. Goda is not a very good set, but ball bouncing around. Hilltoppers having a little trouble getting it back. They finally do get it over, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Gallup. And so the Hilltoppers take the first point. So that makes it. So now serving for Los Alamos will be Ashley Hammond. Ashley Hammond serving, and in the front line we have Michelle Macias, Angelina Pasalacqua, and Callie Goda. That's a good front line for Los Alamos. And right now, Ashley Hammond serving for the Hilltoppers, and she's going to serve it out of bounds. Well, okay. They warm up forever. I can't believe how long they warm up, and then Ashley comes up and puts the first serve wide out of bounds. So now their libero will serve. It's a 1-1 ball game right now. And this one, well, is going to go out of bounds, but the Hilltoppers decide to play it. And so there's a hard shot by Gallup. It's picked up there by Anna Kirkland. Kirkland trying to set it up to the front. We're going to have 4 hits on Los Alamos. That's going to make it 2-1 in favor of the Bengals, and still serving will be their libero, Miranda Begay. The front line for the Hilltoppers is still the same. They have Hannah Bergeman, along with Callie Goda and Angelina Pasalacqua. Boy, nice shot that time by the Hilltoppers. Hannah Bergeman just buries one right down into the backcourt. They try to return it. It goes out of bounds. So now it's going to be a 2-2 ball game. And serving for Los Alamos will be Callie Goda. Callie backing up. And nice serve. Up comes the front. And they're going to have the opportunity for a good shot. And they take advantage of it. And so Kayla Jones powers it down for Milwaukee, but it is anyway. It ends up going out of bounds. I'm sorry. And so Callie Goda serving for Los Alamos, bumped up to the front and once again I think are they going to call that out of bounds? I'm not sure. There's another shot that time by Kayla Jones, but they're going to say no, it was on the line. So anyway, so Gallup now serving. Comes to Anna Kirkland. It's going to be an ace. Anna can't get a hold of it. It was a little high, but it was very playable. And so right now it's a 4-3 ball game in favor of Gallup. And Joe Palmer wants a quick timeout. This is usually he waits if he likes to take out timeouts early, but usually he waits until it's like if the other team starts off pretty strong and they end up with something like 5-1 or something like that, then they end up anyway. So he'll call a timeout at that point, but I don't know. I guess he doesn't like what he's seeing so far, so he calls the timeout. And we're on court right now. We're playing on court 3, and right next to us is Milwaukee. They're playing on court 2, and taking on Santa Teresa. Santa Teresa was a team we played last year, and they defeated us, which was kind of a surprise. I mean, we would have been favored in that ball game. But anyway, we're ready to go, and Kayla Jones is going to serve. Kayla's been very, very active. Picked up by Anna Kirkland. They put up the set. Beautiful shot by Los Alamos. Great dig out by the Bengals. Comes to Anna Kirkland. She's going to bring it up to the front and brought across for Los Alamos by Hannah Bergeman, and digging for it. And Hilltoppers trying to get it across, hit the antenna. So that time they set up Solange Teliez, and Solange, I mean, all she could do was to just try to hit it. And then this one's going to be long on the serve. And so Tiara James serving for Gallup, and now Hannah Bergman will drop back for Los Alamos, and she will serve. And right now it's a 4-5 ball game. Hilltopper is down by 1. So Hannah, usually a very good server, just into the net. Oh, well, happens every time. Good. I need to keep my mouth shut, I guess, about whether they're a good server or not. So now serving will be Summer Joe. So Summer Joe serving from the right side, picked up in the backcourt by Cheyenne Garcia, and then the Hilltoppers with a shot down the right sideline this time by Soledad Tellez. That goes wide. So right now it's a 7-4 ball game in favor of Gallup. Summer Joe serving. What the delay is, there is a little bit of a delay, is the official correcting something. I'm not sure what, but anyway, 7-4 ball game. Right now, into the net goes Summer Joe. So I don't know whether it's a 9:45 or whatever it is. Pretty early to get up in the morning and get down here and play volleyball. But so far, neither team has been very crisp. So we'll. And right now, looking over at the court too, I do believe, I think Milwaukee's ahead 15-3, and so there's a nice shot for Los Alamos by Soledad Tellez, and she got the set and powered it down into the corner on the right side. So the serving for the Hilltoppers is Gianna Benelli. So Gianna dug out in the backcourt by Milwaukee, by the Bengals. Ashley Hammond gets it. It was not a very good set. And Ashley looked like all she was trying to do was just get it across the net, but she placed it perfectly. And now it's a 7-7 ball game. And Gianna Benelli will serve for Los Alamos. So this one just barely clears the net. Now they are going to set up block. There's a block at the net by Soledad Tellez. Finally, Gallup does finally get it across. Here comes Ashley Hammond, and that is dug out in the back by the libero for Gallup. And then they return by Tiara James, and that was going to go long. So the Hilltoppers finally, after being down, and after the timeout, it was down 7-4. And after the timeout, they come out, and now they take the lead. Set up Soledad Tellez. Whoa, what a shot by Soledad. Soledad just powers one right through the libero, and the Hilltoppers go up by 2, 9-7. So the Hilltoppers on a run, and Gianna Benelli, the 5'6" junior, serving for Los Alamos. So they bump it up to the front. And there's a shot this time by Delia Morris. And this one falls in, so now we'll rotate around, and serving will be Kaylee Jones. She's serving at 8-9. Come to the backcourt. Hilltoppers are going to set up Ashley Hammond. Hammond has her shot blocked at the net. So Bengals bring it across once again. Here comes Ashley Hammond again. And this one is, all she could do is just get it across the net. And then Delia Morris brings it across for the Bengals. Hilltoppers return it in a hurry. And there's a shot by Gallup, picked up in the backcourt by the Hilltoppers. And then Soledad Tellez, perfectly placed shot. And that was going to be right on the sideline, but decided to try to play it with Summer Joe. And it goes off of Summer out of bounds. Hilltoppers take the lead 10-8 here in set 1, which is the best 3 out of 5 sets. So the Hilltoppers, Anna Kirkland, will serve for Los Alamos, and picked up by their libero, and their long shot as they set up Delia Morris, the senior, and she goes long. And Hilltoppers take the lead 11-8, and now Lorena Morris wants the timeout. She is the head coach of Gallup. She's assisted by Amber Arviso. And, of course, the Hilltoppers are coached by Joe Palmer and assisted by Natalie Pasalacqua. So Gallup decides that Lorena Morris decides it's time for a little talk and a little timeout. So she takes that talking to the girls. So the Hilltoppers, who were down 7-4, have turned that around 11-8. And right now, looking over at the game with what's up with Milwaukee and Santa Teresa, and this one's going to be, let's see, Milwaukee right now is. Let's see, I'm waiting for them to put up a score over there. It says 19-7. It should be 20-7. But yes, it is 20-7. Milwaukee leading Santa Teresa. So Milwaukee looks like they're going to win the first set easily. But Hilltoppers are ready to go. Here comes Anna Kirkland. She's serving for the Hilltoppers. Just, boy, nice serve. Bumped across, and the Hilltoppers with the block by Callie Goda. And the Hilltoppers pick up the point. Great block there by Callie Goda on the front line. And she joins Ashley Hammond and Angelina Pasalacqua. Anna Kirkland, the libero for Los Alamos, is serving into the net. I don't know. So anyway, that makes it 9-12. Now Delia Morris will serve. She's bright orange hair. She Gallup colors are orange and black. Whoa, Callie Goda. Boy, they perfect set from Angelina Pasalacqua, and Callie Goda just powers that one down. And now coming into the ball game for the Hilltoppers is going to be, that's Hannah Bergerman, and she's going to go to the front line. Ashley Hammond and Callie Goda in that front line, and serving for Los Alamos right now going to be Angelina Pasalacqua. Nice serve by Angelina. Gallup having a lot of trouble getting it over. They finally get it up to the front, and then trying to just push it over. I mean, literally push it over. That time was Tiara James couldn't. So the Hilltoppers now take the lead 14-9, and Angelina still serving for the Hilltoppers. And I thought that was going to go in the net, but they set up Tiara James. She brings it across, goes to Summer Joe, and now the Hilltoppers with a nice hit that time by Hannah Bergerman. But Gallup sets up, I mean, boy, a nice, perfectly placed shot that time by Tiara James. That drops in over on the right to open space in Hilltopper territory. That makes it now 10-14. So Gallup will serve. And this one is going to go long. And I mean, just barely long. Wow. And serving that time was Katie Pablo. But I mean, that was like an inch or two long, but the lines person very decisive on that. So the Hilltoppers will send Ashley Hammond back behind the service line. So Ashley will serve away at 15-10 here in set one. They played at 25. This time they set up Tiara James. And Cheyenne Smith. I'm sorry, they set up Cheyenne Smith, and she powers one down for the Bengals and make it 11-15. Now their libero, Miranda Begay, will serve. And the Hilltoppers are going to bump it up to the front. And they're going to set up Michelle Macias. Her shot is blocked and is blocked out of bounds. So they set up a double block there on the right side of the net, but they blocked it out of bounds. Hilltoppers take a lead 16-11. Callie Goda serving for Los Alamos. Bring it up to the front, and there's a double block at the Hilltoppers. A double block at the net. This one's going to come down. A great shot that time by Hannah Bergerman, but I thought that was just going to drop in. But Gallup picks it up. They get it to Hannah once again. All she can do is just a little soft shot across, and then Solian Tellez. Wow. Fantastic block by Solian Tellez as she was facing this time Cheyenne Smith. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful block. And Hilltoppers pick up the point, makes it 17-11. Hilltoppers up on the Gallup Bengals. Gallup, the 13 seed. Los Alamos, the number 6 seed. And the winner of this ball game will face the number 3 seed, Artesia, who got a bye into the second round. First 4 teams got byes. Hilltoppers and Milwaukee just missed it. They were 5 and 6. Coming out of the timeout by the Bengals. And Hilltoppers will serve. Callie Goda will serve for Los Alamos. Callie. And right now it's a 17-11 ball game. And Callie gets the signal from the official. Going to be bumped up to the front, and the Hilltopper. Whoa! I mean, great shot that time for the Bengals by Cheyenne Smith. Cheyenne, I don't have any heights on these girls. She's a big girl, but she found the open court, and that makes it now 12-17, and she'll go back and serve. The Hilltoppers have to play it from the back court. Finally, they finally do get it across. They just barely got it across. And now they're going to send up and set up, and they get it to Delia Morris. She tries to get it across. Right there is Hannah Bergman for Los Alamos with a block, but she blocks it out of bounds. So that's going to make it now 13-17. And Cheyenne Smith still serving. The Hilltoppers trying to get it across. They finally do, and there's a block at the net by the Hilltoppers, but then right back by Gallup. The Hilltoppers block it. Gallup just pushes it straight back. And then the Hilltoppers trying to get it back across, knock it out of bounds. So right now it's a 14-17 ball game. Comes to the back court. Now the Hilltoppers are going to set up. And Michelle Macias. And Michelle just powers it right through this time. And nothing she could do about it that time. And that was Katie Pablo. So the Hilltoppers now will serve. This is going to be Hannah Bergman serving for Los Alamos. Played by their libero. Comes up to Delia Morris. Delia. And the Hilltoppers Angelina Pasalacqua, who normally sets. And every once in a while, she pulls that sneaky beaky where she, instead of setting, she just kind of pushes it over into the open court. Gallup diving for it. They get a fist on it. Goes out of bounds. So right now it's going to be 19-14. Hilltoppers up by 5. And Hannah Bergman still serving. They set up Delia Morris. Hilltoppers play it in the backcourt. And great block at the net by the Bengals. But the Hilltoppers are able to play it up. Hilltoppers get it back. And then a beautiful shot that time for the Hilltoppers by Michelle Macias. Wow. So they set up Michelle, and she just took total advantage of that. So right now the Hilltopper front line is, they're going to be the serve as Hannah Bergman. Serves an ace. Ace for Hannah Bergman. And that makes it now 21-14. Hilltoppers up by 7 here in Milwaukee, by the way, have won their set. So they're now in set 2. But Hannah Bergman serving. Comes up to Delia Morris. Whoa, what a shot. But I said she's very, very bright orange hair. Of course, as I started to say before, the colors for Gallup are orange and black. So, and like the Hilltopper soccer team used to, boys always used to dye their hair green for the state tournament. Serving, is Summer Joe. What quick shot across by Los Alamos, but that's easily played. It comes over to Katie Pablo. Pablo finds the open court and makes it now 16-21. And Summer Joe still serving. This one hits the tape. And goes over. And of course, trying to play at that time for the Hilltoppers was Michelle Macias, but she didn't expect it to hit the tape, so when it hit the tape, it just changed the trajectory a little bit. But right now it's 17-21. Serve. And Hilltoppers are going to, this time the shot is blocked by Michelle Macias. So Michelle comes right back to Michelle. All she can do is bump it across. Hard shot by the Bengals. And I'm not sure what the situation here is. It looks like, well, the ball went out of bounds. I'm not sure. Okay, they're going to say it was off the Bengals. Hilltoppers get the point. So coming into surplus almost will be Gianna Benelli, up by 5, 22-17 in set one. That's 3 out of 5 sets. So here comes Gianna Benelli, 5'6" junior. And Gallup having all kinds of problems with it. All they can do is just simply bump it across. Hilltoppers are going to set up Ashley Hammond. Hard shot by Ashley, picked up by the Bengals, Delia Morris. And once again, now they're going to set Solentel. Yes. And boy, she just whacks it right into, this time, right into Cheyenne Smith. And so Cheyenne, like I say, a junior, big girl, but it's 23-17. Hilltoppers up by 6, 2 points away from set one. Gianna Benelli will serve. And I'm not sure what the delay is. She's waiting to get the signal. She does. So Gianna is going to be, well, the Bengals try the sneaky beaky, but the Hilltoppers ready for it. Shot blocked. The shot by Ashley Hammond is blocked at the net. And then they ended up setting Angelina Pasalacqua. And Angelina decides just to pop it to the open court, which she does. And Hilltoppers now have set point. 24-17. Gianna Benelli will serve at set point. Hilltoppers with 7 set points right now to take this first set. And so we're going to have a substitution here for Gallup as they're going to bring in, for some reason, they're going to take out Cheyenne Smith and go for this final point. The Hilltoppers, this is the first set point for the Hilltoppers. They have 7. Gianna Benelli, beautiful serve, and this one doesn't, no return by Gallup, and that does it. So the Hilltoppers take the first game 25-17 over the Gallup Bengals. So we are, we're here at the Rio Rancho Event Center. Used to be Santa Ana, and right now the Hilltoppers are on court 3, and we're sitting up in suite number 322, which is directly above the court. And so nice accommodation here for us for broadcasting this ball game. I'm doing all this solo this morning, so at the crack of dawn. And so the Hilltoppers take the first set 25-17. If they continue and go on, they'll play at 3 o'clock. They'll take on Artesia. And that game scheduled for, let's see, I do believe it's, I can barely read this. So, anyway. Okay, it's going to be at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Anyway, so the Hilltoppers ended up in the season. Their record 17-6, 7-1. They split the season with Milwaukee. Lost to Milwaukee in Los Alamos, and then went down to face Milwaukee for the final game of the regular season. Went to 5 sets, and the Hilltoppers won that one, and gave them they ended up in a tie. They split and they were tied. Tiebreaker went to Milwaukee. So and right now Milwaukee in the second set is up at 9-4 over Santa Teresa. So it doesn't look like Milwaukee's having any problem with Santa Teresa, and right now both teams gathered around their coaches and stuff, and it's this facility is a nice facility here, but we're kind of way up above the court, behind the court, and so anyway. So the Hilltoppers will move on. If they win this ball game, they'll take on the number 3 seed Artesia. And then if they lose to Artesia, I think they're scheduled to play at 8 o'clock tonight. But I'm not sure what our schedule is. We'll be covering the game at 3, if the Hilltoppers go at 3. I think if the Hilltoppers lose this one, whoever loses this one goes straight into the loser bracket and has to play tonight at 8 o'clock. And they don't play at 3 o'clock. So they just simply go to 8 o'clock in the loser bracket and double elimination. So we're about ready to go here. Los Alamos will be serving to start off this second set. And here comes Anna Kirkland in, the libero. And so we're about ready to go. And so Angelina Pasalapa is going to serve for Los Alamos. She will serve Callie Gota, Ashley Hammond, and Hannah Bergerman on the front line for Los Alamos. Comes to Miranda Begay, and all the Gallup can do is just simply bump it across. Comes to anyway, the shot by Los Alamos, but right there, boy, at the net is Cheyenne Smith. Cheyenne is a big girl. Excuse me. So Gallup takes the lead, and they will serve. Picked up there by the Hilltoppers. They set up Hannah Bergerman, and I think they're going to say it hit the floor because, they're going to say it's, I'm not sure what they're calling. They must have been calling a violation at the net or something. Diving for it that time was Katie Pablo, and then they stopped play at that point. So now Katie will go back and serve. Comes to Anna Kirkland. Hilltopper now, whoa, set up Callie Gota. And boy, I'm telling you, Callie, the senior, 5'8" senior, boy, she powered that thing down and just barely hit in front of the back line, but nothing but open court that time for Callie. Ashley Hammond will serve. And going to come up to the front. Hilltopper attempted block. They get it through the block of Michelle Macias. And I didn't think they're going to pick up. Michelle's going to come right back to Michelle. And this time Michelle's going to go long. And not sure if they're going to say, I think they might be ruling that Gallup, yes, they are. And Gallup, they're ruling that Gallup touched it. So, the lines person says it should give the indication. They put the flag up and they put their finger on top of the little pole and just kind of hold it. But anyway, that indicates a touch. So the Hilltoppers took the point. Actually, Hammond serving for Los Alamos. Up to the front it comes and Cheyenne Smith. Smith shot comes across it. Hilltopper set up Michelle Macias. Macias comes once again to Cheyenne Smith. She's dominating in the front of that court this time. And this time she blocks it and right smack on the line, and she blocks it down the left sideline. And that's right smack on the line. And the official, he gave he did a Leslie Nielsen indication that it was a serve, and now Miranda Begay serving for Gallup. Into the net it goes. Callie Gota goes back for Los Alamos. And it's going to be played up to the front. This one is going to be a hard shot this time by Kayla Jones. And Kayla shot. Hilltopper's not able to return it. That's going to make it 4-3 in favor of the Bengals. And now serving will be Tiara James. So Tiara James will stand behind the service line, leading 4-3 over the Hilltoppers. Her serve comes to the backcourt. They're going to set up Michelle Macias. Hannah Bergerman, and her shot goes long. So that makes it 5-3 in favor of the Bengals. And still serving is Tiara James. Up by 2 here in set 2. Hilltopper took the first set 25-17. And a good shot this time by the Hilltoppers by Soledad Tellez. Picked up by Gallup. They bring it back across. And boy, there's a shot. Goes long off of this time. And off of Michelle Macias. But the slide person indicates a touch. So the Hilltoppers get the point, make it 4-5. And now Hannah Mergerman will serve for the Hilltoppers. And going to have, well, I didn't think Gallup was going to be able to get to return it, but they get it up to Delia Morris, and she tries to go up against Solian Telyez and Angelina Pazalacqua, and those two girls just go get up there together and say nothing doing. So the Hilltoppers tie it up at 5-5, and it's served into the net by Hannah Bergerman. So dropping back to serve now will be Summer Joe for the Bengals, leading 6-5 here in set 2. Hilltoppers up 1 set so far, and that's 3 out of 5. Comes to Anna Kirkland. And now they're going to set up Solian Telyez, and they can't return Solian's shot. And that ties it up, diving to the floor and trying to get it that time. And it was, and that was Haley Yazzie, but there wasn't anything she could do about it. So the Hilltoppers will serve. Here comes Gianna Benelli for Los Alamos. She served out the set when she was serving last time. So now it's 6-6. Let's see what Gianna can do here as she's waiting to get the signal from the official. Finally, they do. And so Gianna will serve. This is going to come up to the front to Delia Morris. Diving to the floor for the Hilltoppers was Ashley Hammond. Ashley quickly gets up. They bring it to her. She bumps it across. Now here comes Ashley. Her shot is blocked. And Ashley just is able to get it. Comes right back to Ashley. And this one is going to go into the backcourt, picked up by the Hilltoppers. Solian Telyez. And her shot is long and no touch. So that makes it, well, let's see, what are they calling? Maybe they were calling a touch. It was long. They did not indicate it was a touch, but they give Los Alamos the point. Hilltoppers go up 7-6, and Gianna Benelli will still serve for the Hilltoppers. Up to the front it comes. They're going to shut up Cheyenne Smith. Cheyenne just bumps it across. Hilltoppers have a lot of trouble with that one. Great save that time by Ashley Hammond. Net ball's going to come over. Somehow the Hilltoppers got it over. Angelina Pazalacqua actually ended up sitting down, hitting it, and then falling down on her butt. But she kept it alive. That was amazing, because I didn't think she was going to do it. But anyway, while she was sitting there on the court, she was able to bump it up to one of her teammates who brought it across. Now Gianna Benelli serving at 8-6. Hilltoppers now up by 2. And hard shot this time by Delia Morris. And I'm telling you, Delia just popped that one. Hilltoppers no chance for a return on that one by Delia. And now serving will be Kayla Jones, another big girl for Gallup. She's a senior. Comes to the backcourt. Hilltoppers going to set up Ashley Hammond. No, beautiful shot by Ashley. Wow. I mean, she just fired it right at Kiara Watchman. And all Kiara could do was be a watchman and just watch it hit the court, and the Hilltoppers pick up the point. Sorry. 9-7. And now Anna Kirkland serves, hits the tape, but Gallup's able to play it. They have to play it from the backcourt. Miranda Begay, their libero. And now the Hilltoppers take a little dink, picked up easily by Gallup, Delia Morris. And right, Delia, the senior with a bright orange hair, finds the open court, makes it now an 8-9 ball game. And now Delia will serve. So Delia Morris, the senior, serving at 8-9. And Hilltoppers, Anna Kirkman plays it for the Hilltoppers, and so they bring it up to the front. They set up Ashley Hammond. Ashley goes up, and the attempted block this time before that by by Summer Joe, and just goes off of her fingers out of bounds. So the Hilltoppers take the lead 10-8. And Angelina Pazalacqua was serving, and now they brought across by the Bengals. Hilltoppers have to play it from the 10-foot line, which they successfully do. And then Delia Morris, she plays it from the 10-foot line. The Hilltoppers can't return it. So that makes it now 9-10. And now serving for will be Katie Pablo. Will serve for the Bengals. Katie picked up by Anna Kirkland in the backcourt. The Hilltoppers set up a great shot by the Hilltoppers, and so still trying to get it going. They finally set up Callie Gola. Callie had put in a first shot, played greatly by the Bengals, and it comes right back to Callie, and Callie drills it down to make it 11-9. And Ashley Hammond will serve for Los Alamos. Up by 2, 11-9. So served by the Hilltoppers. They're going to bring it over now. A lot of confusion for Los Alamos. And finally, Anna Kirkland has to finally play it from almost a back line. She does get it back across. They bring it up to the front to Callie Goda. Callie with a hard shot, blocked out of bounds by the Bengals. That makes it now 12-9. And Ashley Hammond's behind the service line for Los Alamos. That one was going to go wide. The Bengals play it. They bring it to Cheyenne Smith. I mean, standing right there. It was Callie Goda. And she just went up the single block kill for Callie Goda. Hilltoppers all go up by 4, 13-9. And looking over at the game against Pewaukee on the next court, they took the first set easily. And right now they're up 20-15 over Santa Teresa. So they're up by one set, and it looks like they're going to take this one too. So Pewaukee not having a whole lot of problem with Santa Teresa. So the Hilltoppers in the timeout right now. So the Hilltoppers winning the first set 25-17. And right now they're up 13-9 in this set. So they're up by one set. It's the best 3 out of 5, like I say. And it's so a timeout call this time by Lorena Morris. And so the Hilltoppers are going to set, Ashley Hammond still serving for Los Alamos. And we have Michelle Macias up on that front line along with Callie Goda and Hannah Bergerman. So Ashley gets the signal and up the way, played in the backcourt. They're going to bring it up, and they bring it up to Tiara James for a shot across. Is blocked by Los Alamos. They get it to Michelle Macias. She can't do anything but just simply bump it across. Hard shot is going to be off of Anna Kirkland and out of bounds. So that will be a point for the Bengals. That makes it now 10-13. And Miranda Begay, the sophomore libero for Gallup, she will serve. 4 games going on at once right now. Hilltoppers on court 3, Milwaukee's on court 2, and so right now they shot it at the net, it's blocked by Callie Goda, and Bengals bringing it across. They're going to set up now. Michelle Macias, her shot is blocked, and right there at the net is Tiara James. And boy, Tiara, just a beautiful block by Tiara. That makes it now 11-13. Miranda Begay will serve for the Bengals. Hits the tape. Hilltoppers able to play it okay. And then Hannah Bergerman gets it. She just a little soft shot into the backcourt. Easily played by Gallup. And Hilltoppers, I thought that they were going to lose that one, but great defensive play by Los Alamos to pick it up and get it across. And then there's a little dink by Los Alamos that is picked up by Gallup. And so now the Hilltoppers are going to set up Callie Goda. And Callie is able to power it off of Delia Morris. And Hilltoppers pick up the point. That should be 14-11, I do believe. They're still showing 13-11. But anyway, but the Hilltoppers will serve, so I'm not sure what's going on with there it goes, 14-11. Now Callie Goda will serve for Los Alamos. Took them a while to find that button, but they finally do push it. make it 14-11. Callie picked up in the backcourt by the Bengals. Tiara James has her shot blocked at the net, and right there was Solin. Solin. Her defensive play here, especially in district play, has just been fantastic. And so then, I mean, her defense and then the offense on the other side. So then playing extremely good volleyball for Los Alamos. Quick dink this time by Tiara James. Hilltoppers play it. They get it to Michelle Macias. She just bumps it across, and then so then Tellez with the left hand, and let's see. I guess it was in, but. Anyway, they're calling something against Los Alamos to make it now 12-15. Tiara James serving. Hilltoppers are having a lot of trouble with it. They're lucky to get it across. Delia Morris, her shot that was long. And so that makes it now, should be 16-12, which it is. And Anna Bergman will serve for Los Alamos. Yeah, one of the problems there was we're sitting behind the court, and all these girls with the long ponytails cover up all the numbers. So served by Hannah Bergman is long. That makes it now 13-16. And they hand the ball over to Summer Joe. So Summer, just a freshman. So Summer is powered away. They have an 8th grader on the team. That's Katie Pablo. She's already had some impact. And right on the line, right in the corner, the coffin corner. I mean, the linesman had to get out of the way, but he had a perfect look at it. It's that coffin corner. And so the Hilltoppers pick up the point. They go up 17-13, and now they'll bring in Gianna Benelli. And so the service series for Gianna has been very good for Los Alamos. Let's see if that keeps up. Gianna, and this one, she serves an ace. So Gianna Benelli with an ace for Los Alamos. That makes it now 18-13. Hilltoppers up by 5 here in set 2. Gianna doing a good job of serving. I never should have said that. This was going to go in the net. Let's see. I'm not sure what they're calling here. So she serves, and anyway, they stop everything. So they hand the ball back to Gianna. 18-13, Hilltoppers up by 5. And Tiara James, her shot is long. Picked up this time by the return, and the return by the Bengals. And as the return comes right now to Sanaya Haynes, a junior, and she just tries to bump it from the back court over toward the right side. I think she's trying to just get it up to the right side of the net. And she bumped it too hard, just barely cleared the net, and then fell in out of bounds. The Hilltoppers go up by 6, 19-13 in set 2, after already winning set 1, 25-17. And so a timeout taken now by Lorena Bobbitt. And so Lorena doesn't like what she was seeing, and so anyway, they hold on. The phone is acting up here, so anyway, see if I can get my phone problems figured out. But anyway, in the meantime, they're coming out of the timeout. And the Hilltoppers up 19-13. Gianna Benelli serving. Hilltoppers with a 6-point lead right now in set 2. And we'll have a substitution come in here for Gallup, as they're going to bring in Jayla Dakia. And Gianna Benelli serving. Blocked by Solden Tellez again. And just Tiara James just one-hands it very quickly. Hilltoppers great defense to pick that up. Here comes Delia Morris. Her shot was going to go wide, but the Hilltoppers try to play it in the backcourt. And so, anyway, it goes off of Los Alamos out of bounds. And so Gianna Benelli who was serving and it's playing in the backcourt, but that shot was going to be out of bounds. But of course, it was, Gianna. It wasn't that obvious it was going to go out of bounds. So now we have a serve. This is going to go long. This is by Kayla Jones of Gallup. Hilltoppers take the point, make it 20-14. Anna Kirkland, the barrel for Los Alamos, gets the service ball. They heard the front line for the Hilltoppers is Callie Ligoda and Ashley Hammond, Angelina Pasalacqua. The serve barely dug out by the Bengals. Here comes Callie Ligoda. Her shot is blocked, and the ball was going to go out of bounds. Angelina Pasalacqua made the set from out of bounds and right into the middle to Callie Ligoda, and Callie picks up the point, makes it 21-14, 7-point lead for Los Alamos. Anna Kirkland will serve. And right now, Milwaukee has just won the second set against Santa Teresa. Right now, so here Anna Kirkland finally gets the signal from the official. So comes over and Cheyenne Smith, and she finds it right toward the corner. I think it was partially blocked by Los Alamos, but it drops into the corner, and that makes it now 15-21. So the Hilltoppers up by 6, and Delia Morris will serve. So Delia, the end of the net goes Delia. It's unusual. Delia's she's not a real big girl. She's I don't know what she probably stands about 5'5" or 5'6", and she's been very athletic. She's very athletic and has done a great job. And I'm surprised that she served it into the net. Now the Hilltoppers go long on their serve. That makes it now 16-22, and so the Gallup will serve. Anna Kirkland digs it out in the backcourt, and Hilltoppers set up Ashley Hammond. That is blocked at the net by Tiara James, and the point goes to the Bengals. That makes it now 16-22, 17-22, and 17-22. The Hilltoppers up by 5 here in set 2. Comes to Gianna Benelli on the backcourt. They're going to set up. Anna Bergman, her shot is picked up by the Bengals. They bring it across to Anna Kirkland. Kirkland now gets it set up, and they set up Callie Goda. And Callie, she just takes it right off of the libero, Miranda Begay. Miranda couldn't do a thing with it, so Hilltoppers pick up the point, makes it 23-17. Hilltoppers up by 6, 2 points away from set 2. Ashley Hammond will serve for Los Alamos. And they're going to set up Tiara James, partially blocked by Callie Gola. And now they set up Anna Bergman. Bergman's shot comes across, and Gallup will get it into the backcourt to Anna Kirkland and Callie Gola. This is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be touched. I'm saying it's out of bounds, but that was touched. Whoa. Well, it was obviously touched. Obvious to me, anyway. So, anyway, Miranda McGay will serve now at 18-23. The Tuckers need 2 more points here. Well, they just quickly bump it across. Hilltoppers having a lot of trouble with this one. They finally do get it up and to the front line with Michelle Macias, and her shot sails. Makes it now 19-23. Have a timeout by Joe Palmer. So you get 2 timeouts a game, set actually. Two timeouts a set. And Joe Palmer at this point, up by 4, but Hilltoppers have given up about 3 straight points, and so Joe Palmer not happy with that. So he'll talk to his girls, and usually, I'll probably jinx them again, but usually when they come out of these timeouts at Joe Palmer, they usually adjust pretty well and play pretty well when they come out of those timeouts. So And over at Milwaukee right now in set 3, and Santa Teresa's up 6-5. It's been total domination by Milwaukee in both sets. They won in both sets easily. So they're in the third set right now. The Miranda Begay will serve for the Bengals, and for the front line for the Hilltoppers. That comes to Cheyenne Garcia. She got Michelle Macias. Wow, what a shot by Michelle! Great dig out by the Bengals. Hilltoppers now are going to set up Anna Bergerman. Anna Bergerman shot is blocked, and then going to the floor. Michelle Macias saves it, gets it, picks it up. Tiara James takes a lot off of it. Hilltoppers once again, great defense to get it across. Tiara James just tries to catch the almost asleep, but blocked at the net. This time by Caligola, and it comes to right back to Tiara James. And she, I don't know, I think Tiara, I thought one of her teammates was going to set it, and the girl that's supposed to set it for the Ivanka Summer Joe. So Tiara James just backed off, waiting for Summer Joe to get it. Summer Joe didn't get it. So the Hilltoppers now are at set point, 24-19, 5 set points for the Hilltoppers, and that's it. As they get it to Michelle Macias, and she powers it down the left sideline, and the Hilltoppers take this one 25-19. So 25-17 for the first set, 25-19 for this set. So the Hilltoppers had a very good season this year. And so what was interesting about the district situation is that Joe Palmer took over the team in mid-2018. The Hilltoppers were struggling, and he took over just about the time they got into district. Milwaukee at that time was ranked number 4 in the state. And first time we played Milwaukee in Milwaukee. And so they won that ball. They won that ball game, and so Milwaukee was dominating the district. But then the Hilltoppers just got on fire and just kept coming up, and finally ended up. They had to go down to Milwaukee for the final game of the season. That's they're the two best teams in this district and have been for quite a while. 5 years at least. And so the situation is that the Hilltoppers, this way the schedule is, the Hilltoppers always play Milwaukee last in Milwaukee. So in 2018, they played them in Milwaukee. They beat them in Milwaukee. So that meant they tied for first. So they had a playoff game. Because they had a district tournament. So they had a playoff game. And Hilltoppers won that playoff game. And then so they got first place in the district, and so they battled again and for the district championship, and almost won that one. And then Joe Palmer, he won 4 straight district championships, and every one of them against Milwaukee. Essentially, it was when Milwaukee then just had. I mean, it was always coming down to it was either going to be Los Alamos or Milwaukee who won the district, and for 4 years in a row, Joe Palmer came away as the successful coach in district. But this year, interestingly enough, they tied again as the Hilltoppers beat Milwaukee in Milwaukee. But tiebreaker went to the Hellcats. We're ready to go here for set 3. Katie Pablo, an 8th grader, will now start things off for the Bengals. They're waiting for Miranda Begay, their libero, to get into the ball game. They bring out the starters, and they check the book. The referee checks the book, make sure that everything's right, and the starters are who they say they are. And after they get all that done, then the libero comes in for somebody. Usually for Los Alamos, it's Solian Teliez checks out when Hannah Kirkland comes in. But anyway, Katie Pablo, the 8th grader, will now serve. Hannah Kirkland, up to the front it comes. And partially blocked. That was Ashley Hammond, partially blocked. ball hockey can't do anything except bump it across the Hilltoppers. Now we're going to set up Callie Goda, and Callie, well, great save by Milwaukee. It was almost went into the bleachers. I mean, into the seats of the other the team playing on the court next to us. But boy, great just defensive play by the Bengals, and now the Bengals knock it to the back court. Hilltoppers can't do anything, so Angelina Pasalapa has to try to bring it across. She can. It comes to the back court, and it hits from the back court, goes long, and so that's going to make it now. It should be 2-0. We're saying 1-0 right now, but and there's an ace. I mean, untouched. Katie Pablo. I mean, completely 100% untouched for the Bengals. So it's it is. So it's 2-0 now in favor of the Bengals. Katie Pablo. This one is another ace. Back-to-back aces, and so this time it was coming right to Anna Kirkland. She thought it was going to go wide, so she just let it go, and it just dropped right into the court. Two beautiful serves by Katie Pablo. This one almost went long. The Hilltoppers play. It's going to come up now to Hilltoppers bring it across Hannah Bergman. Milwaukee Gallup, all they can do is just get it across. Hilltoppers set up Ashley Hammond. Her shot is blocked. Comes back to Miranda Begay of the Bengals. And then a long shot toward the backcourt is picked up by Anna Kirkland. Kirkland gets it to Callie Goda. Goda, perfect shot. Right down the middle and right in front of the back line. Beautiful shot by Callie Goda. So that makes it a 1-3 ball game. And so Ashley Hammond will serve now for Los Alamos. Down by 2 after Katie Pablo served 2 back-to-back aces against Los Alamos. So this one across for the Hilltoppers, and this one is blocked at the net by Michelle Macias. It's blocked, and they're going to say, well, actually, I don't think, apparently I never made it over. So it just hit the tape. It looked like it was blocked, but it wasn't. So it's and so 4 hits called against Los Alamos. Miranda Begay now will serve up by 3, 4-1. And now Joe Palmer wants a timeout. So that was very predictable. When he finds himself down 3, 4, 5 points right off the bat, he always calls that timeout. He gets 2 timeouts per game, and so per set, actually. So anyway, the way the bracket set up was that, I mean, the first top 4 teams got a bye, and that was Goddard, who was the number 1 seed, Pius was the number 2 seed, Artesia was the number 3 seed, and Hope Christian is the 4 seed. And then we go into the number 5 went to Milwaukee, number 6 went to Los Alamos. Milwaukee right now trailing the Santa Teresa 16-12. Miranda Begay will serve for Los Alamos. And to Cheyenne Smith. Callie Goda. Hard shot by Callie. Played nicely by the Bengals. Callie once again pops it across. And up at the net is Tiara James. And right now, Tiara has just been a terror up there at the net. So the Hilltoppers so they lose the point again. And so they're gonna say that somebody from Gallup was in the net. Whoa. So the Hilltoppers serve and serving for Los Alamos that time. And that was Callie Goda, and she served it into the net. Boy, that's uncharacteristic. It's a 5-2 ball game right now as the Tiara James does the honors to serve. Let's see there. Okay, the floor official called something against Gallup. And so they have one on the floor and then one standing up. So this shot is long by Gallup. So that makes it 4-5, and Hilltopper will send Hannah Bergman behind the line. And she will serve down by 1 here in set 3. The Hilltoppers already took the first 2 sets, 25-17, 25-19. And now Hannah Bergman will serve as we have a substitution for the Bengals. And we get that all done. Now here comes Hannah. And Miranda Begay picks it up for Gallup. Tiara James just tries to bring it right down the left. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Kayla Jones. Kayla and Tiara, I mean, it could be the twins, from they're the same size. And they're easy to mistake one for the other. They get it up now to Delia Morris, and Delia bangs it into the net. She got the set, but she couldn't get it over. Hilltoppers now go up 6-5, and Steiner Bergman drops back behind the service line to serve. Hannah Miranda Begay plays it all the way up to the front, and Hilltoppers can't return it as they got it up to Kayla Jones, and Kayla was able to push it across. The Hilltoppers going to the floor, trying to get to it, could not. And now we're sitting at 6-6, and Summer Joe will serve for the Bengals. All tied up here in set 3. Up to the front of come, now to Michelle Macias. Whoa! And Michelle just fires it right at Miranda Begay. And Miranda goes to the floor trying to dig it out, can't get to it. So the Hilltoppers pick up the point. They go up 7-6 and in set to 3. And now serving for Los Alamos will be Gianna Bonelli. So let's see what the Hilltoppers can do with Gianna serving. Nice serve, comes over. Quick dink across by Gallup, picked up easily by Los Alamos. And they get it over to Ashley Hammond. And they're going to have, anyway, they're calling Gallup for being in the net. That makes it now 8-6. Gianna Bonelli still serving. And she's done a great job. She serves an ace. There's an ace from Gianna Bonelli. And the Hilltoppers go up 9-6. So the service series for Los Alamos, and now Lorena Morris wants a timeout and finds herself down 6-9 against the Hilltoppers. She's already down 2 sets, and the Hilltoppers trying to close this out in three sets. And right now over in Milwaukee, it's Milwaukee trailing in set 3, 21-13, and make it to 22-13. So it looks like Santa Teresa is going to come back and take set 3. And the Hilltoppers already won 2 sets, and they're up 9-6 in this particular set. So my phone is acting up. I'm trying to get it straightened out. So okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Sorry about the dead air. I had to fix my phone. Okay. So yeah, we broadcast this over the YouTube channel, and everything's done off the internet, of course. And the pictures you see here by John McHale for the audio portion here, Gene Mortensen, and the video or the pictures come from John McHale. Delia Morris puts it across for the Bengals, and the Hilltoppers set up this time Ashley Hammond, and Hammond she just powers it right through. And so trying to get to it that time and could not. And so the Hilltoppers now are going to get the serve as that went to Layla Livingston, the sophomore. She couldn't pick it up. So now serving for Los Alamos. There is still Gianna Bonelli. So anyway, Hilltoppers now are going to set up Solentel Yes. And so again with a hard shot, trying to get to it this time. And trying to get to it. She was in the middle of the net. And that was Kayla Jones. She tried to get to it, but it just went off her fist out of bounds. So that makes it now 11-6 in favor of Los Alamos. And we still have Gianna Benelli behind the service line for Los Alamos. Comes up to the front. The Bengals trying to get it across. They're going to be called for a double hit. And so that's going to make it now 12-6 in favor of Los Alamos. So whenever Deanna is serving, Hilltoppers have been very successful. Nice serve this time by Gianna that all the Bengals can do is just bump it across behind backwards. And now it comes to Ashley Hammond. Shot is blocked. Was going to go out of bounds. The Hilltoppers play it anyway. They get it up to Ashley Hammond. She just does a little dink. And then Delia Morris, I mean, she went up against Solian Tellez, and Solian went up for the block, and the ball went right between her arms. So like a field goal. So anyway, so right now we have Kayla Jones behind the service line, and she serves an ace. So that makes it now 8-12. So Kayla Jones, she will serve. Played in the background up. It comes to Ashley Hammond. She can't do anything except just get it across for Los Alamos. Delia Morris, hard shot picked up there by Gianna Benelli. Ashley Hammond's shot is blocked by Delia, and then it comes to Solian Tellez, and then Tellez finds Solin then finds the open court. That makes it now 13-8. Hilltoppers up. Anna Kirkland will serve for Los Alamos. Up by 5 here in set 3. Played by Summer Joe, Delia Morris. She barely gets it across. Here comes Ashley Hammond. And Ashley has her shot blocked at the net. So going up for the block at that time was an 8th grader, Katie Pablo. And that makes it now 9-13. Delia Morris will serve. And Anna Kirkland digs it out for Los Alamos, and they set up Callie Goda. Callie's nice dig out by the Bengals against Callie. Hilltoppers is going to play from the 10-foot line. They just barely get it across. Sets up to the Bengals. Bengals had a golden opportunity, and they take advantage of it. So the Hilltoppers having a lot of trouble getting that one back. So it was an easy job for Milwaukee to set up Kayla Jones, and Kayla finds the open court. Makes it now 10-13. Delia Morris serving. Up to the front, it comes to Ashley Hammond. Whoa. And Ashley's going to fire it off of the libero, Miranda Begay. She just stuck her arm out, her left arm out, and just went flying off her left arm over into the court next to us. So Angelina Pasalacqua now will serve for Los Alamos. So now going to set up right now. They are going to set up. Well, they tried to set up Kayla Jones, but Kayla forgot that Ashley Hammond was right there for Los Alamos. So she blocks it, and that makes it now 15-10. And Angelina Pasalacqua is serving. The Bengals return it to the back, goes into the net. And Hilltop was able to dig it out of the net. You just never see that when they actually bump it up and it hits the net, starts rolling down the net. Usually that's just almost unplayable. But the Hilltoppers did a fantastic job that time. And they pick up the point, 16-10. And now we're going to have another timeout taken by Lorena Morris, the head coach of the Bengals. So the Hilltoppers right now looks like they're ahead by 6 in this particular set. They've already won the first 2 sets. Best of 3 out of 5. And so that's what you have to do to advance. And the Hilltoppers right now in the lead by 6. And Lorena Morris, she not happy with the way things are going, and I don't blame her. But right now, the front line for Los Alamos is going to be Callie Goda and Ashley Hammond and Hannah Bergman. That is a powerful front line. And Angelina Pasalacqua, who normally sets, and so she starts to serve, and then they stop her. So she threw it up and started to hit it. They stopped her, so now she's ready to serve once again. Nice serve picked up by Delia Morris. They're going to bring it up to the front. Kayla Jones, all she can do is just bump it across. And the Hilltoppers with a great set this time. And Callie Gola gets the set from Ashley Hammond. And a beautiful job by Callie to power it down and make it 17-10. And Angelina, a very, very good server, but an outstanding setter for Los Alamos. Delia Morris plays it up to the front. Now it's going to come to Summer Joe. Her shot is blocked at the net. Hilltoppers are going to set up now. Well, I don't know. I thought maybe they had 2 hits against the Bengals because the Hilltoppers brought it across. And it looked like the Bengals had a double hit, but no call on that one. So it's going to be right now it's 11-17. And serving is Katie Pablo, the 8th grader. And almost serves it long, but the Hilltoppers end up playing it. And the shot is blocked. Now we have a double hit called against Kayla Jones. And she tried to get it over and banged it into the net and came right back to her. So she just kept banging away at it. Anyway, she called for 2 hits. And so it's Hilltoppers now take the lead 18-11. Angelina still serving for Los Alamos. Up to the front it comes. Here comes Michelle Macias. Whoa. What a shot by Michelle. Wow. She just powered it into that corner over on the right side of the court. And she just makes it now 18-12. So the Hilltoppers up by 6. So not sure what they're calling here, but they're switching everything around. And so they makes it 18-12, and somehow, after a long delay, I don't know what the problem was. They end up, the Hilltoppers getting ready to serve. They stopped the serve, and then they had them give the ball over to Gallup, and then Gallup all of a sudden with all kinds of substitutions. And so the serving of Miranda Begay, and they get it up front to Kayla Jones. Kayla on the left side of the net, and she powers it over to the right side, right down that right sideline. And so it's Miranda Begay now serving at 13-18. And let's see what they're calling here. They're calling, apparently they're calling us almost for something like a carry because it was Hilltoppers played that serve easily, but they're called, and so that makes it 13-18. Miranda Begay will serve. They'll come up to the front. Michelle Macias has her shot blocked. Hilltoppers, all they can do is just try to chase it down. And Callie Goda goes up against Kayla Jones, and Callie just blocks it. Perfect block by Callie, by Callie Goda. So Callie will now go back to serve for Los Alamos. Serving right now at 19-13. Hilltoppers 6 points away from taking this match. Callie Goda with the serve, dug out. Comes up to the front to Kayla Jones. Or I'm sorry, it's right now, it's Tiara James. And then the shot by the Hilltoppers, Solian goes long, just barely long. I mean, that was just barely over the line. Anyway, so it's right now 14-19, and serving is Tiara James. And the Hilltoppers, nice play by the Hilltoppers, Hannah Bergman, hitting it from the 10-foot line. And boy, it was really a nice shot. Michelle Macias, her shot is picked up by the Bengals. Ball comes across to Anna Kirkland. Now they're going to set up Michelle again. And Michelle she bangs it off of Tiara James. And Tiara can't do anything. Delia Morris diving to the floor, trying to keep it alive. Cannot. That makes it now 20-14. 6-point lead for Los Alamos. And serving for the Hilltoppers right now. And that's going to be Hannah Bergman. So Hannah comes up to the front. Delia Morris. That dug out easily by the Hilltoppers. And they set up. And once again, they set up Michelle Macias. And Michelle, if they put it right just across, just beyond the 10-foot line, that should have been an easily playable ball for Gallup. But they did not play it very well. So right now, the Hilltoppers, still Hannah Bergman is still serving for Los Alamos at 21-14. Delia Morris. And what? I don't know how in the world Michelle Macias kept that thing alive, but she somehow did. But they finally get it to Delia Morris, and she powers it down the left sideline. Hilltoppers stick an arm out, goes off of the arm, and flies out of bounds over the end line. So they makes it now 15-21, 6-point lead for Los Alamos. Summer Joe will serve. And let's see, I'm not sure what happened there, but they were trying to get it to Michelle Macias, and Michelle trying to cut over to the left side of the net, and anyway, she goes down. So she stumbled, went down, but she's fine. So up she gets, but it's now a 16-21 ball game. And the Toppers with a little dink, and two Bengals go to the floor. This time, Summer Joe and Miranda Begay. Both of them get a hand on it, but they end up knocking it out of bounds. And so right now, Santa Teresa just won the third set over there against Milwaukee. So right now it's 2-1. So Gianna Benelli serving. They stop play. They give us almost a point. I have no idea why. So Gianna Benelli, she served out the last set. See if she can do that again. Delia Morris and Hilltopper set up. This time Angelina Pasalacqua, and instead of setting it, she just usually it's just a little dink into the open area. This time she popped it. She spiked it. That's unusual for Angelina. She's a great setter, and then she pulls that sneaky beaky every once in a while. That makes it now 23-16, up by 7. And Gianna Benelli serving once again. And block at the net by Solien Tellez. It's just unstoppable there at that net. Beautiful, beautiful block. And so now we're at match point. 24-16. Let's see if Gianna Benelli can serve this one out. And here comes the serve. And this one dug out in the backcourt to get it to Delia Morris. She brings it across. Hilltoppers now are going to set up Ashley Hammond. Hammond, the shot is in. Hits the line. It just hit the line right in front of the lines person. And he points down there with the flag and says, that was in. So that makes it 25-16. So the Hilltoppers take it in 3 sets. So they're going to move on and take on the Artesia Lady Bulldogs at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So we will be back here exactly where we are right now. The Hilltoppers are going to play on the same court, but they're going to take on Artesia. So they defeat the Bengals pretty handily, pretty easily at 25-17, 25-19. And then, can't remember what the last score was. They were on 25-17 or 18. But so the Hilltoppers win the match and they advance in the state tournament, double elimination. So they'll now play Artesia at 3 o'clock. And we will be back here to bring you that ball game. So congratulations to the Hilltoppers on a nice win, sweeping the Gallup Bengals. And so they advance And like I say, it's a double elimination. So right now, I do believe Gallup goes right smack to a, well, they go in the loser bracket, of course, and then they play tonight at 8:00. Hilltop are going to play at 3 against Artesia. Looking over in set 4, Milwaukee, they're in set 4, and Milwaukee right now leads 11-8. So, anyway, that's going to do it for us for this morning, anyway. As the Hilltoppers take it against the Bengals 3 sets and advance, they'll take on Artesia at 3, and we'll be back to bring you that ball game at 3. So this is Zane Mortensen, and I want to thank Carol Clark and the Daily Post for making all this possible. So she just picked up the ball in KRSN. Unfortunate demise of KRSN. We thought all everything was done. We didn't think we were going to broadcast again, but then Carol Clark came together, got together with Nate Limback and John McHale, and they worked out this situation where we could broadcast over the YouTube channel. So we do the audio, and then Nate and John, they do bring you those pictures. So Hilltoppers take it in 3 sets over the Gallup Bengals, and they'll taste it. Artesia Lady Bulldogs at 3:00, and we'll be back here to bring you that ball game. So thanks for tuning in.